Oh, you know what, Ocho? This is something I wanted to get, and I know you probably heard of it by now. I wanted to respond to some of the criticism, and I normally don't respond to the criticism because I don't care anyway. And there have been a lot of guys, there have been a lot of people taking shots at me personally, but we know why. They see Unc and Ocho, they see the success that we're having. They see Club Shay Shay, the success that I'm having doing that.
Right.
They see the success that I'm having on ESPN. So sometimes the only success someone can have is that they take a bite out of you. That's their success, is by biting you. And I'm cool with that. But I was asked, and I think the question is that LeBron said he would be still the same player.
Absolutely.
Had he never played in Miami.
Absolutely.
And two things can be true. I believe LeBron James would have still been the all-time leading scorer. I still believe LeBron James would have scored 30,000 points, had 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. I still believe he would have been a first-team All-NBA player. I still believe he would have been a multi-time All-Star player. But the pushback that I'm going to give, I do not believe he's the LeBron James that we know without that stint in Miami. Because without that, because prior to him going there, he had 0 championships but 2 MVPs. He goes to Miami. He gets 2 titles and 2 more MVPs. So now he's 4-2. There's only a handful of people. Now you got to go. There's only 3 people before LeBron did it. Wilt got 4. Jordan has 5. Russell has 5. And I think Kareem has 6. So there's 4 people. Right. So now LeBron is an exclusive company. So now people got like, hold on, wait a minute. And he had him at the age of 28. So now he goes back to Cleveland. He gets another title, 4-3. He goes to LA. He gets another title. Now he's 4-4. So now he's an elite company. He's one of 2 men to win multiple MVPs, 2 locations. Right. Kareem, 3-3. 3 in Milwaukee, 3 in LA. He's one of 2 men to win multiple MVPs, finals MVPs at different locations. Kawhi, San Antonio, Toronto, Kareem, Milwaukee, LA, LeBron James. So could you still be the same player? Yes, but not the player we know. Because without that, you see, here's the thing, Ocho, you can't say, and everybody keeps saying, he could go anywhere and win those titles.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant went to Golden State, stayed 3 years, won 2 titles, finals MVP both years, got hurt the 3rd year, even though they advanced, they lost. He went to Brooklyn for 4 years. How many more championships he won?
Whoa, can I ask you a question? Let me stop you right there. We talk about LeBron James.
Okay.
We talk about the greatest play. We talk about the greatest player on the planet that will change the dynamic of any team he's on. But so in his 20s, in his late 20s, yes, 28, he can win anywhere. He can win to any team.
Why did he go to Miami then? Why did he go to Miami then?
D-Wade told him to come on home.
No. But you said he could have gone anywhere.
I mean, he could have gone anywhere.
He felt that was the best chance for him to win. Am I correct?
Well, obviously, he wanted to pair himself. He wanted to pair himself with Bosh and Wade. I mean,
because see, Ocho, this is what. There's a difference.
Remember, he won with Cleveland, right?
Yes.
Who did he have on the team with him?
But here's the thing: what knowledge did he take back that he had acquired from Miami back to Cleveland?
How to win.
Oh, so where did he learn that?
In Miami.
Okay, then. So without that stint in Miami, is he the same? Do we view him the same? Without those 4 MVP, without those 2 other MVPs, because here's the thing, Ocho. This is what we got to look. If he doesn't get those 2 MVPs, regular season, and those 2 final MVPs, how do you put him in front of Kareem? Kareem has 6 regular season MVPs, 2 finals MVPs, 5 titles. How do you put him in front of Jordan, who's 6-6? How do you put him in front of Tim Duncan, who has 5 titles, 3 finals MVPs, 2 regular season MVPs? How do you put him in front of Magic? Magic has 3 regular season MVPs, 5 finals, 3 finals MVPs. How do you put him in there if he doesn't have that Miami stint on his resume?
You're underestimating how great LeBron is. I think if he didn't go to Miami, if he chose to go somewhere else, regardless of where it would have been, I think the outcome would have been the same.
No, that's not what he said. Even he said it. If you read LeBron James' tweet, this is what LeBron said. You damn right I will still be. I'm chosen. Ain't nothing changing. Maybe less rings, but dominant from start to finish. Even he said it.
He said maybe less rings, but common sense and the eye test will tell you wherever LeBron goes, that team, come hella high water, is probably going to be in the finals or in contention to be in it.
While we all love watching our favorite teams on television, there's nothing better than being at a game live and in person. Sitting courtside, take it from me. And the best way to get tickets to any of these games is on Game Time, the fastest growing ticket app in the U.S. Game Time is obsessed with finding ways to help you save money on tickets. You can find exclusive flash deals and sponsored deals on games and concerts daily. The zone deals, you pick the section, and Game Time picks the seat for an average savings of 18%. And with Game Time guaranteed, you'll always get the best price. If you find the tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and redeem code Nightcap for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, download Game Time app, enter the code Nightcap. That's NIGHTCAP for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. No. Ain't no contention. You got to win it.
That with him.
Hold on. It can't be contention because he went to the finals 4 years in Cleveland. He won one.
Yeah.
He's only won one title in LA. He's been here 5 years. So we can't automatically assume, because that's hypothetical. Let's deal with what we know, Ocho. We've got to deal with what we know. And that's what I'm saying. Because now, without those 2 extra MVPs regular season, without those 2 extra finals MVPs, guess who else you bring into the equation? One Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Because Steph has 4 chips. Steph has 2 MVPs and a final MVP. So now let's just say, for the sake of argument, LeBron has 2 regular season MVPs, 2 finals MVPs.
Yeah.
Are we looking at LeBron the same way?
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
He's different.
No,
he's different.
Not with Ocho.
He's different. So are you basing his greatness solely on MVPs and titles?
No.
That's it?
But that's how you get into the GOAT debate, is rings. Remember? Rings. No.
Okay, you're right.
Ocho, what have we said? You and I both said you can be great and not have rings. Charles Barkley was a great player. Karl Malone was a great player. John Stockton was a great player.
Okay, we can't put them on the same stratosphere, on the same pedestal as LeBron.
But let me ask you a question. If Charles Barkley,
he's in a category of his own with Michael Jordan, the Kobe Bryants.
But what does he have? Rings, Ocho.
Right. I understand what you're saying, but even still, just even without the rings, dude, he's
no, Ocho. He would, without the rings, he's not in the GOAT conversation. Without the rings, he's not in the GOAT conversation.
So
he's out of it. He's out of it. It's not even a debate. See, for me, if you look at my top 5, you have to have at least 3 regular season MVPs. That's how I took it. 3.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Let's say he had the scoring title.
Yes.
But he wasn't able to win any rings or championships.
He couldn't be considered. He wasn't even close. He wouldn't even. They would know.
Because he don't have any rings.
He wouldn't even be in the conversation. How would you put him with no rings? Hold on, Ocho. Think about this here.
Is it different for football then?
No.
So the players that were great that have never won a ring, does that mean they're not great? They're not in the conversation because it's a team game.
Here's the thing. When you look at quarterbacks, name a quarterback. It's Brady, Montana. It's Manning.
Yeah.
Now, when we see, and this is what we talk about the levels. This is what we're talking about GOATs, because you can be great and not have rings. You can. I believe that. I believe you can be great and not have rings. Charles Barkley was a great player.
Okay.
Look at how we looked at Kevin Durant. I take that back. I'm talking about Kevin. Look at how we looked at Kevin Garnett.
Right.
Before and then after he got that ring. You see the difference? Look at how we looked at. Look at how we looked at.
That's a tall.
Look at how we looked at Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah. Before and after he got the ring. So my argument is, how would we be able to say LeBron is a GOAT with just 2 rings when Kobe has 5, when Duncan has 5, when Kareem has 5, when Jordan has 6, when Magic has 5, and all the guys that I mentioned are Jordan. Jordan has 5 regular season MVPs. Magic has 3 regular season MVPs with 3 finals MVPs. So you're right. But I don't believe without Miami, because here's the thing. I believe, and I think everybody out there believe, had Kevin Durant not gotten hurt in 2019, Toronto not beating them.
No, absolutely not.
But you see what can happen? You see what can happen? One injury changed the landscape.
Yeah.
You see what happened with Kevin Durant, with LeBron? Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt. Yeah. Changed the whole complexion of the series, didn't it?
Right.
You Kevin Durant in Brooklyn. Kyrie gets hurt. James Harden dealing with a hamstring. Mm-hmm. You see how things got to be? Now, this is what we know for LeBron. Mm-hmm. He's averaged 25 points. He's never scored less than 25 points in the season since his rookie year. Right. He averages 27, 7, and 7. I believe he goes anywhere else and still averages 27, 7, and 7.
Yeah.
But averaging 27, 7, and 7 ain't the same as what he did in Miami. And when he got 2 more MVPs back-to-back, 2 more finals MVPs back-to-back. It changed the way we looked at him.
But I'm telling you, I still think your knowledge of the game of basketball is much better than I am. Me, as an outsider watching in, I think, regardless of what LeBron tweeted, minus less rings my ass. I have a feeling that he could have went to any team, any NBA team, obviously with a supporting cast, an efficient supporting cast, and done the exact same thing he did in Miami. I know he could have. I know he could have, because he's that special of a player. He's that special.
How do we know? Because remember, it takes more than just scoring to win a title. A lot of think about it.
The resume speaks for itself.
Ocho, think about how close they came to losing a title. There was a Ray Allen backpedal behind the three. The greatest shot in NBA history.
Clutch.
Just to survive.
Right.
So for us to sit here and say, well, he could have gone anywhere else and won anything. It's really not that simple, Ocho. Not for a championship. Is it that simple for him to go somewhere and average 27, 7, and 7? Or to average 30 like he did for the Lakers 2 years ago and like he averaged 29 last year? Sure. He's LeBron. He the GOAT. Right. And I said, what made me put him there is that when I factored in the regular season MVPs, I factored in the finals MVPs at 3 different stops. Now, Ocho, 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. You factor in all the first team All-NBAs. You factor in all the All-Star appearances. You start factoring all of that. This is just not a longevity, because there are a lot of guys that played 20, not a lot of guys. I think there are 9 guys that played a total of 20 years or more, but they averaging 4 points. He ain't going to average 4. He's going to end up averaging what I don't know if he averaged 27, but he'll probably be around 24, 25 points a game. And you're 21.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's not,
why,
and people
I
look,
believe though.
I think the thing is, Ocho, I think the reason what caught people so far off guard is that this is a totally different audience, ESPN, than when I was at Undisputed.
Right.
And if you watch me on Undisputed, you know that I've criticized some of the things LeBron has done, be it a play, some of the things that he's said. I think that people had this perception that all I do is cape for LeBron.
Right.
And that's not true. I don't believe any player, I don't believe any person is beyond reproach. I don't believe any player or any person is beyond criticism.
Right.
Because you have, being who you are, criticism comes along with it.
Right.
If you don't want the criticism, you should not take the praise.
Yeah.
LeBron is great. He's still, in my estimation, the GOAT. But I believe it took that Miami stint to put him on the path. Now, going back to Cleveland, going to 4 more, winning an MVP, going to the Lakers, winning another finals MVP. And he's been dominant. He's been great. So they made it seem like I say LeBron was a bum. Man, if he ain't go to and it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive, Ocho. Right. Miami benefited. LeBron benefited. A lot of times we just want to say, nah, you benefited. But I like to think in a relationship, no matter if it ended or not, we both got something out of it.
Right. I like that.
That's just me. Now, sometimes we're like, I ain't getting nothing out of that. I ain't getting nothing.
Right.
Okay. I took something. Maybe if it wasn't up but a damn good meal, I got something out of it.
Right.
But
that's a good one, man. That's a good one. But I'm telling you, I wholeheartedly believe he could have gone anywhere. He came to the Heat. What, 2012?
2011. 2010, because they ended up losing. Because think about it, Ocho. Think about it now. For me, had he won 2011 against the Mavericks, I don't even think it's a debate. Right. I don't think it's a debate. A lot of people can't put LeBron in front of Jordan for the simple fact of 2011. They said, I just can't do it because I saw guys that Jordan would have scored 60 on. They're not putting J.J. Barea on Michael Jordan. They're not putting Deshaun Stevenson on Michael Jordan. And so a lot of people can't get over that hurdle there.
Right.
But I believe it took all of that to get him to what we see now. The finished product that we see now happened because of 2011.
Yeah, but the finished product would have been the same regardless of where he was at because of who he is. Because of who he is, the finished product. You can't tell me, well, if he didn't come to the Miami Heat, the finished product of what we're witnessing now wouldn't be who he is. It was still
but you're saying individually. See, I'm not talking about individually. And yes, I still believe he
as well. I'm talking from a team aspect and having MVPs and championships if he went somewhere else.
But here's the thing.
Still done it.
But think about it, Ocho. He's averaged probably, look at that. He averaged 30, 29 last year.
Right.
28, 29 last year, 30 the year before. They ain't win no titles.
I have a question. This is something I don't have in front of me. He went to the Heat in 2011, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
I wish I had the rosters of the other teams to choose from that he could have gone to, and I guarantee you could put at least 5 or 6 other teams he could have gone to, and they would have been in the finals with an opportunity to win a championship. And he had an opportunity to get those MVP finals. I guarantee you. I don't have the information in front of me right now.
Off the top of my head, I think I can remember. I know Miami was one. He ended up going to Miami. I think the Knicks, but talking to Rich Paul, Knicks were never really in play. And I think Chicago.
Oh, yes. Yes. And I'm not sure the rosters, but yes.
Well, at the time you had D Rose. You had Joakim Noah. You had Taj Gibson. Yeah. Because that year he won the MVP over LeBron.
Come on, man. So you mean to tell me
Jimmy Butler?
Oh, championship, MVP, and a ring with the Bulls that year. Yes. Come on, man.
But
there's no but about it. That's an MVP, championship. Trust me. And it's not even a hypothetical. I put my life savings on that. If it was to happen, I wish we could rewind time.
We can't though. See, we can't.
Prime D Rose, Jimmy Butler, Joakim Noah, and LeBron. And you mean to tell me they're not winning no chip?
We never know. Have we seen?
No.
We've seen Ocho. We've seen things happen.
Right.
Just because you have the most talent, you've seen teams. Look at the Patriots. Patriots had the most talent. You remember in 2007? And the little old Giants barely made the playoffs. Right. Got them. I mean, who would have thought the Dallas Mavericks would have beaten the Miami Heat? Who would have thought the Detroit Pistons would have taken down Shaq and Kobe?
Oh, yeah.
Think about that now.
Hey, them boys, that was Ben Wallace and them boys, huh?
Ben, Rasheed, Rip, Chance, Tayshaun.
They were playing some defense, boy.
See, and see, Ocho, that's what I say. You don't know.
Right.
Let's deal. The only thing I can say for certain, looking at LeBron James' career, is that pencil him in for 27, 7, and 7. Write it in the book. I'm writing it in non-erasable ink. You can't erase it. That's what I know. But championships are a lot harder to come by. People keep talking about Jordan was 6 for 6. Jordan played 15 years. So the other 9 years he didn't get there.
Right. You're right. Well, I have a question. Since we're on the topic of basketball, on something that I need to gain a little bit more knowledge about.
Okay.
What do the Lakers need? Outside of Anthony Davis staying healthy, they need one more star.
Mm-hmm. They got to hit some. I mean, it's the first time I think in NBA history through the first 8 games, they've made less field goals from the 3 and shot a worse percentage. In NBA history, they instituted.
It's still early though. It's still early.
They instituted the 3-point line in 1979. That was a year after you was born. That's when the 3-point line. Chris Ford made the very first 3-point shot. So think about that. Go back all the way back. They've been outscored by 74 points in the first quarter, which is the most in NBA history through this amount of games.
Wait, outscored by how much?
74.
Hey, man, we got to go to a Laker game, man. How much courtside seats?